Wade Wilson, Deadpool, is chilling with Cable, Domino, and Warpath, recalling a past mercenary mission. Suddenly, a bunch of guys in shoulder armor show up. Deadpool, being Deadpool, calls them jerks and reveals eclectic group ready to take them down. It's about to be a blast. In the midst of the 1863 chaos, Deadpool realizes he can't explain modern stuff. So, he orders the soldiers to fire, and chaos unfolds. Domino, Cable, and Warpath dodge bullets, realizing they're in a tough spot. Deadpool, unmoved, gives a sarcastic comment. Surprisingly, the soldiers take out the enemies easily. Deadpool smells something fishy though, hinting that it might be too easy. After the battle, Deadpool tells the soldiers to gather any remains, heads, pouches, or metal arms. He mentions Talbot's warning about the X-Men interfering. When asked who Talbot is, Deadpool points out a ghosted in flashback and explains Talbot warned him of a heavily armed X-team. Suddenly, Deadpool realizes it's X-Force and jokes about calling Marvel marketing. In the midst of the fight, Cable leads the charge with Warpath and Domino. Cable uses his bionic arm to deflect bullets and knocks out a couple of soldiers with energy power. He warns the team not to kill unless it's absolutely necessary, fearing it could mess up the Timestream even more. In the heat of the battle, Domino questions Cable about the definition of necessary as they exchange gunfire with the soldiers. Warpath, facing a cannon, warns the soldiers about potential consequences. Deadpool, taking advantage of the distraction, decides to move on to the next item on his to-do list. Cable realizes Deadpool slipped away, making him the top priority. Domino suggests killing him, but Cable insists they need to understand the extent of Deadpool's damage. Suddenly, a loud noise interrupts them. Cable looks horrified as monstrous tanks, armored officers, and large armed robots appear on the scene, leaving Cable to wonder, "Wade Wilson, what have you done?" Cable reveals that Deadpool's actions in 1777 caused a series of consequences, resulting in the U.S. having advanced weapons. He explains that the original Gettysburg battle was uncertain, but now the Union Army has a clear advantage with futuristic weaponry. The trio, Cable, Domino, and Warpath, narrowly escape an attack from a tank with strange energy, shattering their cover. They're facing a historically altered and technologically advanced battlefield. In 1777 Germantown, Cannonball and Boom-Boom find themselves in a mess caused by Deadpool's interference. As they consider the damage, Cable appears from the Timestream, injured and urgent. He informs them on the altered timeline and insists they make sure the rebel American army loses the battle. Cannonball questions fighting their own founding fathers, but Cable stresses the need to avoid big problems in the timeline. Despite the craziness, Cable vanishes, leaving the task to Cannonball and Boom-Boom. In 1863, Cable reunites with Domino and Warpath, being chased by futuristic machines. Cable urgently instructs them to prevent the Union from defeating the South to avoid harmful timeline changes. Taking cover, Cable decides to deal with Deadpool while Domino and Warpath are tasked with holding off both sides of the Civil War. Domino isn't excited about the plan, but Cable compares it to stopping a bleeding wound to save the patient. Cable rushes off, leaving them to the challenging task. Setting on a futuristic tank, Deadpool plans to interfere the Union Army to change history. Holding a bomb, he regrets losing his notes when Cable approaches him. Cable punches Deadpool, questioning his motives. Deadpool, being Deadpool, jokes about mercenary life and healthcare costs. Their friendly teasing takes a serious turn when Deadpool stabs Cable, and Cable fights back. Deadpool expresses sorrow over the loss of Canada in the different future. It's a chaotic clash between Deadpool and Cable in the middle of messing with history. Under attack in 1777, Sam and Tabby take cover. Sam questions fighting those who fought for freedom, but Boom-Boom insists they're soldiers following Cable's orders. Boom-Boom convinces Sam they don't have to kill, just shift the odds. Sam hesitates but agrees, joining Boom-Boom as they use their powers to change the situation, ready to follow through on Cable's different plan. On a hill overlooking the approaching armies in 1863, Domino and Warpath jokingly talk about choosing sides. They decide to take on both armies, showcasing Domino's luck and Warpath's strength. They dive into the battle, but Cable knows it won't last. In the midst of their clash, Cable confronts Deadpool. However, Deadpool reveals he planted a bomb, and in the explosion, Cable is knocked back. Deadpool, realizing he's in trouble, disappears into the Timestream, leaving Cable dealing with the aftermath. After the explosion, Cable grabs Deadpool, and they both get pulled into the Timestream. Deadpool, being Deadpool, cracks jokes about their connected fates. In the time chaos, Deadpool tries to zap Cable with a collar, revealing it was a warning from his employer about a guy with a metal arm. He activates the collar, sending a surge of energy through Cable's body. The time-traveling duo continues their unpredictable journey through time. In the year 1900, Cable and Deadpool crash land in a Chinese swamp due to the Timestream. A collar on Cable, thanks to Deadpool, force him to obey. Deadpool, ready to have some fun, decides to teach Cable how to make a burrito, standing over him with a shiny sword. The duo's time-traveling antics take a food-related turn in historic China.